Bad guy has to be comfortable in his own skin, and that really goes for anybody. The rules aren't so much different if you're the bad guy or the good guy. They're really not. They're really the same rules. There is a code that needs to be established. You must be fiercely, adherently loyal to that code. The difference with the bad guy is the bad guy can make up his own code. The good guy is going to have to go in with society's norms. That's really not all that different. But the bad guy's got to be comfortable, and I have seen so many guys, and I come to you from the world of fighting. I really do, but this is promoting, and this is marketing, and this is business, and this is getting eyeballs, and this is getting attention, and this is starting campaigns. It really does carry over to anything else you want to do in life. It really is very similar principles. I have seen guys go out and become the bad guy. They did it on accident. They went out and they said something. It was provocative. It was insightful. It drew the line that for this contest, for this one night, I'm now wearing the black hat, which means by default, you get to wear the white hat. The problem is everybody wants to wear the white hat. They walk into the arena and they want to be cheered. They want these tough guys, these alleged tough guys, can't stand a random stranger known as a fan to make the sound, boo. They can't take it. It hurts their feelings. They get all worked up. So I've seen guys here. I want to finish this point. It's very relevant. I've seen guys come out and on accident, while speaking their mind, while being open, while being transparent, say something and put it in the ground that made the fans look back and go, ooh, I don't know about this guy. This guy maybe isn't the nice guy that I thought he was. Then they run it back. Biggest mistake you could ever make. They try to take it back. They try to come out and either go, I'm really sorry for that, or, oh, that was misunderstood, or, they caught me in a bad day, in a bad mood. I'd like to reclarify my statements. I have nothing but respect for my opponent. What's the point? We're trying to tell a story here, and we're doing nothing more than that. We do not owe the audience anything, including the truth. Not for nothing, you don't. You are not under subpoena. You are not under oath to be there. So enjoy it and be a storyteller. And if that means that you got to walk out to the booze in front of a full house, or it means you got to walk into a mild amount of cheers in front of a 30% full house, which side of that do you want to be on? Because if you can do something called math, you're going to want to be in that full house. And I've seen guys so many times come out and try to apologize and run something back. That is the death nail to a campaign, all the way up to politics. If you are the candidate who says something, it blows in the wind, you wake up the next day to see who liked that statement, who did, and then you try to run it back, you're a wimp. And there's probably some cities out there, and maybe even a state or two, where you could get elected because they happen to like wimps. But you are not going to become the commander-in-chief. You will not sit in the Oval. Period. Because the country as a whole doesn't like a wimp. Guys, it doesn't matter. Go into your wallets right now. Whoever your car insurance is, take out that little card they give you. Turn it to the backside where that 800 number is, and then read the 4 instructions they give. Very first instruction they give, do not admit guilt. When you come out and you give an apology, now, I'm not talking about you have to go out and not live in a civilized society, that you have to go around and be a jerk and have to be the guy that was never wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is don't be afraid to stand your ground. If you see a problem but you think you're right, steer into it. Go straight into it. Don't run away from it. Because you will make yourself look weak. And this is the art of war at the highest of levels. Okay? At the highest of levels. The art of war says you must have 2 things. You must have a weapon that your enemy does not believe he can deal with. But it only works in conjunction with your enemy having a belief that you're not afraid to use that weapon. If you can have those 2 things, then you can become the best general. And the best general simply does one thing. He never fires a shot. The best general will never even have to go to war. He can align his troops. He can make the other side look over with great big eyes and back down in fear. The great leaders, including of today, follow this rule. And you guys, on a much more innocent level, can relate to that real easy. Let me ask you a real simple question, and I ask you this very sincerely. Who was the toughest guy in your high school? Every one of you knows, without even thinking. You have a name. Every single one of you knows who the toughest guy in your high school was, but now let me ask you a follow-up question. Who did you ever see that guy fight? All of you just had the same answer. Well, nobody. Nobody fought him. He was the toughest guy in the school. Are you kidding me? Nobody would ever fight him. He was the toughest guy in the school. Chael, are you not listening to me? No, are you not listening to me? The best general never fires a shot. Toughest guy in your school did the toughest thing, the same thing that the toughest guy in my school did. He went all 12 years, never had to fight anybody. Got his respect. Had his look. Walked around with his chest out. Gave that right look when he had to get it and pointed his finger at the right times he needed to point it, but he never had to put those dukes up. The best general never fires a shot, and the bad guy never gives an apology.